Everyone, and welcome to a get ready with me style of video. Now I know most people do these kind of all sped up and with music in the background, but I personally really don't like those videos. I don't know what it is about it, they're just not me-ish, and I like something a little bit more kind of helpful and something that explains things a little bit better. So that's what I've done in this video. This is the look that I'm wearing right now, and it's kind of my everyday look if I haven't got anywhere particularly important to go. Like today, for example, I've got a doctor's appointment and I've got to go to the bank and run a few errands, that kind of thing. This is the type of look I would do. It's kind of pretty and made up, but not too much. So if you want to see how I do this look, and as well I've been getting a lot of questions about the eye makeup I've been wearing in recent videos, then keep watching and I hope you find it helpful. I've already primed my skin and used my SPF, my eye cream and some lip balm, and I'm going to now put my foundation on. And I'm using the Bourjois Healthy Mix foundation, and my skin is really bad at the moment. I've got loads of kind of red marks and a few kind of hormonal breakouts, but I still want something that looks natural. So I'm going to just start by applying this onto the areas that tend to need the most coverage, which is my chin, and I'm using the Real Techniques buffing brush just to kind of buff this into my skin, like so. And then I take a little bit more. I like to take this with my hands as opposed to using the brush to kind of apply it, just because I think that way you just waste more product. So I just stipple it all over the skin first to kind of create the coverage that I want. And on my cheeks at the moment they're just really red, and my nose, I think I've got some sort of like hay fever going on. And then I start to just buff it in. So I'll come up a little bit closer so you can see. This foundation isn't really full coverage, it's kind of a medium coverage foundation, but it kind of covers what I need it to. I take some kind of upwards. I've mentioned before, I don't put foundation on my forehead because whatever I use just breaks me out. So I tend to just keep it to areas where I need it, and then I'll take what's left on my brush and just add the coverage where it's needed, which is generally the centre of your face for most people. Like so. My skin looks so much more flawless in person. And then I'll take it down my neck and down my jawline just to kind of even the colour out. Then with clean hands, make sure your hands are clean, I like to just kind of press it into my skin, make sure that it's all blended in, and this just kind of helps it look more natural, like so. I'm now going to quickly move on to concealer, and I'm going to use my Laura Mercier Secret Concealer just because I have almost run out of my Collection 2001 and I'm trying to use up my Laura Mercier one before I purchase another Collection 2001. So I just place this under my eyes where I get the most kind of darkness really, and a little bit in my inner corners. And then using a kind of fluffy blending brush, something like this. This is a Blush Professional Brushes brush. I'll just try to kind of blend it out, and I try and use as little as possible of under eye concealer because it just creases on me like crazy. So just a little under the areas that need it. And now I'm going to just use a little bit of the No. 7 Brightening Eye Base. I don't use this on my eyes because it gives me a kind of a weird creasing effect, but I just use it around my brow area just to kind of perfect my brows and conceal any redness I might have in that area, like so. So that's kind of pretty much my base done, and then what I like to do at this point is I like to add a little bit of highlighter, and I am going to use Benefit's High Beam, and I like to apply this on my foundation just because I think that it kind of gives a more natural finish. So I'll use just a little bit on the tops of my cheekbones, like so. And then with a flat foundation brush, this is an Estee Lauder brush, I'll just kind of pan it into place, just to give your skin that kind of lovely luminous glow. And I'll take what's left kind of on my nose and that kind of thing too. Then I will obviously do the other side, and then I'll just powder my skin, but that's generally what I do on an everyday basis, and it's obviously taking longer because I'm talking, but normally this takes me about kind of 3-4 minutes and I'm done with my base, and I do think that the base is the most important thing you could do. So we've got that done, and I'm now going to powder my skin using my trusty Rimmel Silky Loose powder, which I'm almost out of, and I'm going to have to get some more because I love this stuff so much. I'm using a MAC 182 Kabuki brush and just buffing this all over my skin. Instead of kind of just using a large powder brush, I find that by doing this it kind of really helps my makeup last so much longer. It does shed though, this brush, so you might want to be aware of that, and make sure you take it on your forehead as well if you tend to get shiny in that kind of area. And then I do just set my concealer as well. I just use a fluffy kind of larger brush, something like this, and I'm going to use this shade right here from the Benefit Princess kit. It's just a kind of yellowy toned shade, and I'll just run that under my eye area and across my brows. So that's my base done, and we're now going to move on to contouring and bronzing. And to do this, I'm using at the moment the MUA bronzer in shade number 3, which looks like this. It looks very dark, but it's actually quite a cool toned bronzer, so it works well as a contour. So I just take some on an angled brush, and then I take off most of the excess on the back of my wrist. And then I will just suck in my cheekbones, so create that hollow, and then just create a little bit of shadow. I'll take it up to my forehead as well, and do the same on the other side. And then taking a clean, big, fluffy brush, I'll just kind of blend it out, just to make sure that I've got no kind of, you know, Snickers effect where you've got the two big orange lines. And then I'll just take a little bit of the same bronzer and dust it over my forehead, my nose, my chin, and down my neck, like so. Now I'm going to do my brows, which is a really, really important part of my makeup, at least in a kind of an everyday way, because I am obsessed with brows. I think if your brows look nice, then everything else just falls into place, and it's really, really important for me to make sure that my brows are looking nice and tidy and neat. So I like to just kind of brush them into place using a brow comb like this, and I waxed them yesterday, so they're quite neat in that anyway, but I like to just give them a little helping hand. And then I use a matte brown shadow. You can use anything. This is the Benefit one that I'm just using at the moment, but you can use any matte brown shade that suits your brows, or if you're blonde, any kind of more ashy shade. And then I just take it through my brows, making sure to kind of distribute it quite evenly, so your brows look perfect but not really harsh and drawn on, like so. And then I like to just brush through them again with a brow spoolie, just to get rid of any excess. And then I'll set them using a clear mascara. This is the MUA one, which I really like because it's just really inexpensive, and there's no point in spending a lot of money on a product like this because they all kind of do the same thing anyway. So that's what my brows look like when they're done. I've just primed my eyes. I've used my beloved MAC paint pot. This is in Best Study. It's just the kind of shimmery colour, and I've just put that all over my lids just to prime them for any eyeshadow application. I'm then going to quickly curl my eyelashes, just very quickly, because we want to be quick, like so. So I've done that, and then I'm gonna just dust some eyeshadow on. I'm using the Naked 2 palette today, but I kind of tend to use whatever's at hand. So I'm going to just use the shade called Booty Call, which is this kind of shimmery pale shade. Just a little bit of that all over my lid. Like so. And then I'm going to go in with a darker colour. I'm going to use this one right here called Tease. Just a little bit of that in my crease. But what I've been doing recently is taking it a little bit higher, and I think it's just much more flattering for my eye shape. So I take it kind of here. So it's just above my crease really. And then connect it in a kind of V shape. Like so. And then I'll just blend that out. And it just creates kind of subtle definition. But kind of, I don't know, like you just get a really subtle effect, but you've still kind of framed your eyes in a really nice way. And then to just highlight my inner corners, I'm using my favourite one, which is MAC's Naked Lunch, which looks like this, and I just use a small kind of domed brush for this. I just take some onto the inner corner of my eye and a little bit down my lower lash line. Now my eye makeup is completely done, and I've already applied mascara. I didn't bother showing you that because everyone knows how to apply mascara, but I used the Avon Super Extend Extreme Mascara. This was given away in this month's Marie Claire magazine, and I'm not 100% on whether or not I like it or not yet, but I'm just trying it out. So that's my eyes done, and then for my cheeks I'm going to use a MAC blush in Pink Swoon, just because I'm wearing pink today and I thought it would kind of pull the look together. And this is a sheer tone blush, so it's not overly pigmented, so you do need to kind of get quite a bit on your brush, and I think using an angled brush is the best way to do this. So just on the apples of my cheeks, kind of going upwards, I sort of smile. And I like to apply it kind of in an upwards motion, just because I think it's more slimming and flattering to my face shape. And then just add an extra pop on the apples of your cheeks, just because I know how many people love it when you say pop of colour. Then I just like to kind of subtly highlight my face, and this is a kind of strange way of doing it, but I use a concealer stick. This is the Benefit It stick, but you can use any kind you like. And I like to just pop a tiny bit under my brows and blend it out with my finger. And on my Cupid's bow. And it kind of looks like just an unnecessary step, but once you do it, you'll realise what a difference it actually makes to the appearance of your face, especially to your lips. Makes them appear so much fuller. And then just going to line my lips with a MAC lip liner. This is Dervish. And I'm just going to kind of softly give them a kind of more defined shape. You don't have to do this, but I just find it really helps with my lips. Like so. And then for lipstick, I'm going to use one of the number 17 Mirror Shine lipsticks in Beehive, which is this lovely kind of peachy pink shade. And there you have it, that's my kind of everyday makeup look. So I hope you liked it, I hope you found this helpful, and if any of you want to do this type of video, I love watching them, so definitely leave it as a video response. Hope you'll have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.